Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, health safety officials from across Northeast to meet, learn more about safe stations. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
I'm encouraged by what I'm hearing today.
Hoping to duplicate the success of the Safe Stations program in New Hampshire, those on the front line of the opioid epidemic from around the Northeast gathered in Nashua. Harbor Homes, which runs the program with the city, says success demands a total community effort.
It's not a one-fit-all model, right? Nashua is a medium-sized city. We've had the fire department, the police department, the mayor's office, all willing to be at the table to chip in and help.
Providence, Rhode Island recently rolled out their own version of Safe Stations. And while it hasn't taken off like they expected, the summit is providing some encouragement.
For us, it seems slow, but I just, from interviewing and talking to people now, I realize that Nashua only had 51 people in their first year. So we're just past that mark. We have 52 people, and now they've helped over 1,500 people.
And looking to corroborate with other agencies to help folks get the help that they need, it certainly would be beneficial for all of us to sort of get together and start working in this.
Also taking part in putting this symposium together, members of the federal government who see their job as helping to provide the resources such as infrastructure.
Not as a solution, but as they come alongside and helping enforce or not enforce, but helping to support that local will and that local leadership.
Participants say that rural areas have their own special set of challenges. For instance, the fire stations may not be staffed, but Moore believes as long as the local will is there, solutions similar to Safe Stations can be found. Reporting live in Nashua, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Red Sox jetting to LA to continue World Series. Game 3 of the World Series will be tomorrow at the Los Angeles Dodger Stadium. And we will have full coverage of that starting tomorrow right here on the Riley King Network. And stay with us for updates on the World Series here on the Riley King Network. Postal Service on high alert after suspicious packages sent across country. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 Jim Keithley.
They're both in remission, have the same pre-existing condition. But if Sean Moody becomes governor, they might not get the same care.
Postal officials say their first line of defense are the clerks that work the customer service windows, and they're trained to look for what's known as anonymous mail. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service says anonymous mail might include packages or envelopes with no return address, sealed with tape, and having excessive postage.
I just hope they catch who's doing this as quickly as possible.
Postal customers on edge, wondering how far a suspicious item might travel. Officials say there are safeguards in place if an item does get into the mail stream, and at that point it is considered hazardous material. Inspectors have access to portable X-ray machines and other specialized equipment.
It's a risk, and there's not much that we individually can do about it. We just have to rely on those people who have the ability to do something about it.
The U.S. Postal Inspection Service saying if you receive a suspicious letter or package, here's what you should do. Stop. Don't handle it. Isolate it immediately. Don't open, smell, or taste it, and call 911.
We're in a very polarized society, and you have extremes on both sides, and the most extreme people will resort to violence, and that's what this is. It's really a form of violence.
These kinds of threats cast a wide net. That's why the FBI is advising the public to remain vigilant, while local law enforcement and postal workers across the country remain on alert. In Portland, Jim Keithley, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at your U.S. markets and see how U.S. markets closed for this Thursday evening. And here's a look at your U.S. markets right now. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your Nasdaq closed in the green and went up. S&P 500 closed in the green and went up. Gold closed in the green and went up. Oil closed in the red and went down. U.S. 10-year closed flat. Euro/USD closed in the red and went down. And VIX closed in the red and went down. Dow surges 400 points as tech jumps, leads recovery from Wednesday's sell-off. Stocks jumped on Thursday as Wall Street recovered from a tumble in the previous session that sent two of the major indexes into the red for 2018. Feds focus on Florida as origin of some of the mail bombs. Latest updates. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
You're skipping the beat, you're not close enough, so that space between you and me, let's lose it. The way you're dancing, swaying to the music, girl, that body and how you move it. Every time you cross my mind, girl, I lose it.
Alexa, play Kane Brown on Amazon Music.
This morning, the nationwide manhunt for the person responsible for these pipe bomb packages. The targets, former presidents, high-profile Democratic political figures, and CNN.
Projectiles. I mean, that sounds like a fire alarm here.
The network surprised on the air. Their offices and the Time Warner Center in New York City evacuated. An act of terror unfolding.
We will not let terrorism win. Not today, not ever.
This morning, sources confirmed an eighth package sent to former VP Joe Biden, recovered at a postal facility in Delaware. A ninth this morning to actor Robert De Niro in Tribeca. NYPD carried it away in a bomb containment truck. The explosive devices and suspicious packages also sent to the homes or offices of the Clintons, the Obamas, California Representative Maxine Waters, and former Attorney General Eric Holder. That pipe bomb discovered in CNN's mailroom addressed to former CIA Director John Brennan. Several American flag stamps on the yellow package. A similar pipe bomb was sent to billionaire Democratic donor George Soros Monday.
The federal government is conducting an aggressive investigation.
The targets are all outspoken critics of President Trump. He campaigned in Wisconsin calling for unity before blaming the media, which he often attacks.
The media also has a responsibility to set a civil tone and to stop the endless hostility.
The devices didn't detonate. They're being examined in an FBI lab in Virginia. Sources say they contain similar components. The same packaging and the return address was the office of former DNC chair, Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Authorities don't believe she's involved. The FBI doesn't believe those packages were delivered by the U.S. Postal Service. Experts say investigators likely have a treasure trove of forensic evidence to find a suspect. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that is the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Thursday night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night, everyone.